Hi guys. Good morning. Thanks very much for coming along and seeing us today. We're here today to talk about songs with games and activities. And all teachers of young learners here today. Great. As teachers of young learners, I guess we're all expected to use songs in our classrooms. And I think using songs in a classroom is being able to do that very, very well, I think is a highly underrated skill. It's quite difficult to know how to use songs really, really effectively in a classroom. And I know for me personally as a teacher, it's taken me a long, long time to develop the skills and the know-how in using songs really, really well in the classroom. So today, what we're hoping to help you with is to give you some ideas and some little tips and tricks that you might be able to take back home and use in your classroom as well. Okay, it's going to be a very hands-on, very practical presentation today. We're going to be doing lots of dancing, singing, jumping around. We're here to have a good time and have some fun, so we hope everybody else is. My name's Greg.
My name's BJ.
And we're Fun Kids English. A song called Hello, Nice to Meet You. It's a great song to kick off your classes with. The only thing you need to know about this song is you'll need to pair up with somebody in this song.
And everybody stand up.
Grab a partner, stand up, let's do it.
We can pair.
Hello, nice to meet you. Hello, nice to meet you. Hello, nice to meet you. Everybody shake! Shake, 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 shake. Hello, nice to meet you. Hello, nice to meet you. Hello, nice to meet you. Everybody hop, 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 hop. Hello, nice to meet you. Hello, nice to meet you. Hello, nice to meet you. Everybody
Nice to meet you, mate.
run, 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 run. Hello, nice to meet you. Hello, nice to meet you. Hello, nice to meet you. Everybody jump, 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 jump. Hello, nice to meet you. Hello, nice to meet you. Hello, nice to meet you. Let's all shake
All right, here we go. All right, everybody. Happy, happy, happy.
happy, happy, happy.
Come on, come on. You guys can do a little bit better than that. One more time. Let's go. Happy, happy, happy.
Happy, happy, happy.
Angry, angry, angry.
Angry, angry, angry.
Very, very nice. Sleepy, sleepy, sleepy.
Sleepy, sleepy, sleepy.
And, of course, hungry, hungry, hungry.
Hungry, hungry, hungry.
So this is a hello, how are you song, which we all use in our classrooms. We have two hello, how are you songs. We've got one on our first CD and one on our third CD. Now basically they're the same song, but we have 4 different adjectives in each song, okay? why we've got 2 hello songs, and the reason why they're basically the same is that number one, we want to give our kids the tools to be able to express themselves properly. Okay? So with their hello songs, we want to be able to give them as many adjectives as we possibly can for them to express how they actually feel on that day. I always talk about this situation. It's a very common thing with a lot of classes in Japan where little Jimmy comes to English class. He's got the flu. His dog died yesterday. And he's had a car crash on the way to the school. And you say, "How are you today, Jimmy?" And he says, "I'm fine." No, you're not. But the thing with language and teaching language, with our students learning language, is that we need to give our students the tools that they need to be able to express themselves properly. Okay? Alright? And in this version of our hello song, with our angry, we're going to go angry, angry, angry. Okay? And there's going to be some dun, dun, dun action going on. And with our sleepy, there's going to be a little bit of action going on as well. Okay? Let's try it. Let's do it. We went back to happy again. We obviously want to finish the song on a positive note. We want to get our kids ready to learn, get everybody in a positive frame of mind. So we go back to happy again. Okay. Alrighty. The talking part of our presentation today is going to be extremely brief. We never have enough time to get all the things in that we want to. In previous presentations, we've talked a lot more, but it doesn't give us enough time to actually do the hands-on practical stuff that we want to show people. So I'm just going to go over some stuff really, really quickly. And that's about all the talking that we're going to do. So why are you using games and activities with songs? By using games and activities with songs, we can take them from being an ordinary class component and make them extraordinary. Songs in the classroom really can be something very special. And they really can be an incredibly productive component of your class if you know how to do it properly. Okay? It's a fantastic way of kids to learn language. Fundamentally, I believe using songs in the classroom with young learners goes back to the concept that everybody loves music. Particularly when we're young kids. Kids love to sing. And they love music. And it's a very positive thing to have in your classroom. We can be active with it. Okay? And there's lots we can do with it. The other thing with songs is, if you're using good songs with good melodies and good repetition, songs really get stuck in your head also. So quite often, if you're using very good songs, you guys all know, you're all teachers of young learners, and you've all had the experience where you've been teaching at the school, and you've gone home after work, and you've got this song from work going around and around and around in your head, and it's driving you absolutely crazy. The point is that if that's what's happening to you as a teacher when you go home, more than likely that's also what's happening to your students when they go home. So effectively, when your students leave your classroom and go home, the learning process hasn't finished. Okay? They've still got those songs going around in their head, they're still learning that language. So there's so much you can do with them. Using games and activities with songs, we can reinforce language, we can personalise language. Okay? If we're creative and we think about ways that we use songs in the classroom, we can personalise language. Using songs that have activities where kids have to relate it to themselves. I'm hungry, I'm hungry, 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 what do you want? I want an apple, or whatever. Personalising language. Sustain interest. Songs are a great way to keep kids focused, keep their interest sustained. Okay? Review language. Also, songs are a great way of being able to very, very quickly go over stuff that we've done previously in our classes. Review stuff, bring stuff back up that we haven't done for a while. Okay, refresh it in the kids' minds. The song's 3 minutes long. We can get through it really quickly and touch on bases like that. We can illustrate meaning. I think this is a really important point with songs. If you use songs correctly, they're a really, really good tool for illustrating meaning. Okay? When we're teaching second language learners, whether it's I'm hungry, emotions, whatever it is. Songs are a great way to illustrate the meaning of things. Engage students, keep them really interested, to increase enthusiasm in our classroom, which is incredibly important. When we're teaching young learners, we want our students to be enthusiastic. We want them to love coming and learning English at our schools. Okay? And an interesting point about that as well is to increase enthusiasm, just also remember that in the classroom, when you teach and you're teaching young learners, just remember that the way things work in the classroom is it comes from here and goes to here and comes back to here again. It doesn't come from here to here and back to here again. Okay? We're not going to be ganky and enthusiastic and pumped up about our classes. If our students are, that's not the way that it works. It all comes from here. The enthusiasm that you show and the zest that you have for learning and teaching is what you'll get back from your students. And that's a really, really important thing to consider. Okay? It's exactly the same with songs. When you're presenting a new song for the first time, present it in a really, really positive and enthusiastic manner. And that's the feedback that you'll get from your students, and that's the way they'll take the song on. Okay? Increase ownership of language. That really comes back to the personalising language thing. If you can use songs, if you can find songs that have activities and games built into them, okay, it's going to help your kids to feel like they own more of the language that they're using if they're actually applying that and personalising that language. Okay? Increase enjoyment is a no-brainer. Songs are fun. Okay, if you use the right songs. Improve retention through personalising, having fun, doing enjoyable activities. It's going to help your kids remember the language a lot better. To challenge our kids, which is something that we like to do in the classroom. Use songs with games and activities and challenge your kids, push your kids, make it a challenge, and they'll really, really enjoy it. Increase motivation and encourage our students. Okay? That's about all the talking I'm going to do for the moment. I'm going to show you some things now, some activities and games and things that we do that you can totally take out and use in your classroom. Over to you, Beach.
Just before I start, Greg, you might want to talk about pre-teaching at this point.
Okay.
That's probably a good thing. It'll lead into our next activity. I'll give you these.
All right, thank you, Beach.
And you can take care of that.
We do a thing called pre-teaching, and this is something I'd really, really like you to pick up on. When I first started doing songs in the classroom, when I first came to Japan, I was thrown into a classroom and basically given a CD, some flashcards, and said, go for it. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea how to use songs and how to use songs well. Now I think back, now with what I know now, I think back to some of the classes I did then and I think, wow, what a nightmare. But there's a lot of people in the same situation. Not only that, again, like I said, I think the skill of being able to use songs really, really well in the classroom and being able to maximise and squeeze every bit of educational juice out of a song that you possibly can for your students is actually quite difficult. Okay? And when I first started teaching kids, I had that whole experience, which I'm sure some of you probably understand, where it's like, I stood at the class and I sang the song, and all the kids were like, what are you doing? And my point is that, like at my school, we teach a topic-based curriculum for young learners. So basically each month we go to a new topic. Okay, we go back and review and do all that sort of stuff, of course, but that's generally how we do it. So what that means is that we basically have on a good month, 5 weeks in the classroom with the same song. So we've only got 4 classes for our kids to be able to get onto that song really quickly, pick up the language in that song really, really quickly, so that they can get the most out of the song. Okay? And the way that I was doing it when I first came to Japan, the kids were getting half the song by the 4th week. It was an absolute waste. It's a wasted opportunity. And I thought to myself, how can I really get around this? And I thought, well, I guess it's no different to, for example, if we're teaching vocabulary, we want to play a game. The game is the activity to use the vocabulary. We have to, again, give the kids the tools to be able to do the activity. So we pre-teach the vocabulary before we go in and do the game. And songs really, I thought, are no different. So what we do in our classes now is, as we present vocabulary for songs, we actually sing the song as we present the vocabulary. This is what we call pre-teaching songs. So effectively, if there are 6 pieces of vocabulary in a song, and every time you present a piece of vocabulary, you sing the song, the kids have basically heard that song 6 times before you even play it with the music. Okay, so they're going to be familiar with the song as soon as you get to it. For example, what's this, everybody? Guitar. It's a guitar. Guitar, guitar, guitar.
Guitar, guitar, guitar.
Okay, and this song goes like this. It goes, can you play guitar? Play guitar, play guitar. Let's all play guitar. Play guitar, play guitar. Okay, good job. What's this one, guys? Piano.
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 Very good. Can you play piano? Play piano. Play piano. Let's all play piano. Play piano. Play piano. Okay, what is it, guys?
Violin.
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 Can you play violin? Play violin. Play violin. Let's all play violin. Play violin. Play violin. Okay, we've got one more. 4 pieces of vocabulary in this song. What's this one?
Drums.
Drums, drums, drums.
Drums, drums, drums.
Can you play the drums? Play the drums. Play the drums. Let's all play the drums. Play the drums. Play the drums. Okay, so basically I presented you 4 pieces of vocabulary, okay? And now you've never, well, most of you have probably never heard this song before, but you've got a general idea of how the song goes. And I guarantee if you do this in your classroom, by the time you get to about the 3rd piece of vocabulary, one of your students will start to join in with the song, okay? And my point is, if your students haven't completely got the song on the 1st week that you present it, I guarantee by the 2nd week that you do it, your kids will all come back in and they'll be onto the song like that. And the point is, that your kids will know the song, they'll be using the language in the song for 4, 5, 3 weeks solid. And they'll get a lot more out of the song. So I encourage you to do that. Let's move on.
Okay, if anybody doesn't have one of these, I'll just hand this over to you if you don't mind passing those out. Okay, so the activity with this song, Can You Play Guitar? First of all, I'm sorry I've run out of templates. Now what they are is a guitar template. Has everybody got one here? Okay. Now what we're going to try and create, first of all, when we create activities for our songs, number 1, we want them to be fun. Okay. Number 2, it's great to be able to review past language and past vocabulary. Okay. So in this particular activity, we like to review colours and shapes. And with your template, what we're going to do is try and create all the instruments that we're going to sing in the song. For example, our guitar. Okay. On the other side, we have our piano. Cool, huh? Our violin. Okay. And our drums. Now, obviously, what we're going to do here, we've got like 3 or 4 minutes, and you're going to spend maybe 20 to 30 minutes doing this in your class if you've got the time. So the first thing I'm going to do usually is I'll give out some coloured pencils or some coloured markers, and I'll choose a colour. I'll say, take out a red pencil, take out a red marker. Let's draw some rectangles, and I'll get my kids to draw some rectangles, because we've done colours, we've done shapes, and all that sort of thing. The next thing I'm going to do is move on to the piano. I mean, it doesn't matter what order you do it, but I usually then like to go to the piano, and once again I'll say, okay, take out a black marker or a black pencil, and let's draw a keyboard. And once again, we're going to do this over 10 to 15 to 20 minutes, but we're just rushing through it now. Then I'm going to do my violin. And with the violin, I actually like to get into a little bit of phonics. So I say, what does this sort of look like? A bit of an F. F for fish, F for frog. Okay, and the last one, drums, okay? So once again, I'll ask for another colour. Maybe this time we'll draw a big circle. And by the end of it, depending on whether you've got a cardboard cut out or you've used our template. By the way, this template is in our free resources for teachers section on our website. You can download the template if you don't want to cut out your own guitar shapes. So eventually you'll have something that looks like this, okay? And we're going to use this then, once Greg was just telling you about pre-teaching, they should already know the song. And then we're going to get the kids to jump up, because another good thing is, it's great for kids to take something home. I mean, we all love arts and crafts, I know I do, and my kids love it. So having kids to be able to take something home too, that they can show, Mum, Dad, look what I made. You know, what's that? Oh, it's a guitar. So that's another great way to connect sort of in a backdoor way with your students' parents and so forth. So let's just jump straight into the song, because once we've made this is how we use it. So
I'm going to stand up for this.
I think that's a good
The other
idea.
thing too with this song is that we have a theory that most teachers of young learners at some point in time have probably been frustrated rock stars. So this is your big chance to live out your dreams. Ourselves included, of course. This is your big chance to live out your dreams. In this song, we're going to do a guitar solo at one point, we're going to do a piano solo at one point, we're going to do a violin solo at one point, and of course we'll be doing the big drum solo at one point too. So, let your hair down, guys. Go for it. We want to see some rock and roll happening.
That's it. And just on the final note, just remember what Greg said before, that the more you rock up, that energy in is what you're going to get out. So let's rock and roll.
Let's rock it. This guitar's ready. Get your Jimi Hendrix radio going.
So we're starting off with our guitar. 1, 2, 3. Can you play guitar? Play guitar. Play guitar. Let's all play guitar. Play guitar. Play guitar.
potential rock stars in the audience. Well, just one last point for that activity as well. Obviously, BJ's painstakingly put in a lot of effort to make some really nice looking guitars for this activity at home for our presentations. Obviously, this is not the kind of thing that you have to make for your school. We've just made this, and like I said, he's very creative and he's done a great job putting these together. This is not what your 4-year-olds expect. You don't have to do something like this. And the point of that, what we've just done there with the Can You Play Guitar song, is that the broader picture of that is be creative with your songs. You know, this for us, musical instruments for us for a while was like, musical instruments, what do you do in a song with musical instruments? What are we going to do for that, you know? When we put our heads together, and BJ actually came up with this idea. It's like, what a great idea. And it takes a song that was a problem song, we didn't know what to do with it in the classroom, to a whole different level, where suddenly it's like, it's not ordinary, it's extraordinary in the classroom. Okay? So that's really the point we're trying to make. Put your thinking caps on, get creative, think about what you can do with songs, because there's a lot that you can do with them. Okay?
All right. We're really stuck for time, and I wanted to do this next one really, really quickly. This next song is called Let's Get Dressed, okay? And the reason I wanted to just jump into this song quickly, usually we do this at the end, but Greg just mentioned that sometimes some songs are really hard to find an activity for. This was one of those songs, okay? So, once again, remember all the pre-teaching thing that Greg just explained to you with what's this, blah, 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 okay? A shirt? Have you got the cards there?
Oh, I do have some flashcards.
Wonderful. So, the vocabulary for this song is shirt.
Shirt. Shirt, shirt, shirt.
Shirt, shirt, shirt. What is it?
Pants. Pants, pants.
Coat, coat,
Coat, coat, coat.
socks, socks, socks.
Socks, socks, socks.
Shoes,
Shoes, shoes, shoes. Putting me out of a jump.
Okay.
And we would pre-teach this, obviously, as we explained just before. As we introduced the vocabulary, we would be pre-teaching the song.
Okay, so in the first week, I'm going to give homework. And my homework is going to be, for the first week I'll say, I want you to go home, and I want you to find, and I'll use maybe 2 or 3 of the first vocabulary we used. So for example, go get one of Papa's shirts. Okay, go get one of Papa's jeans or pants, okay? And maybe some of Papa's shoes, okay? Now the great thing about this is, you can see how big this is, okay? The whole oversized thing of kids dressing up in their parents' clothes or just big clothes, they have a lot of fun. It's fun, literally. I like it too, I dress up sometimes.
He's got his clothes.
The second week, for example, if the first week's homework I said go home and get Papa's clothes, the next week I'm going to say go home and get some of Mama's clothes. Okay? And we can, just do some different vocabulary. Okay, so what I'm going to do for the actual activity, once the kids bring in their clothes, I'm going to ask them to lay down their clothes kind of like in a nice sort of body sort of fashion. My shirt, my pants, and my shoes, okay? And then the kids are going to stand next to it. So we're going to go through the song now, but the point is, as we go through the song, they're going to get dressed. Now, the melody of the song goes, put on your shirt, 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 put on your shirt. And there's a bit of hip action in this. Oh, yeah. Well, 1, 2, 3. Put on your pants, 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 put on your pants. That's probably the most important part of the song. For him it is, anyway. So you can see where I'm going with this, yeah?
Yes.
By the end of the song, we're up here and they've got their mum's clothes on or their dad's clothes on. This is another great opportunity also to get photos. I mean, if you're running a school, even if you're not running a school and you're just a teacher and you want to show the parents what you've done, put them on your flyers, put them on your posters, on your Facebook page, whatever. It's a good marketing opportunity as well. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. We might just jump into it today.
Everybody stand up, we're going to get dressed, guys.
Pretty sure. First, let's get undressed, eh?
That's on CD4.
you say that, Matt?
Put on your shirt, shirt, shirt. Put on your shirt. Put on your pants, pants, pants. Put on your pants. Put on your coat, coat, coat. Put on your coat. All right, everybody, turn around. Come on, come on. Let's get dressed. Put on your socks, socks, socks. Put on your socks. Put on your shoes, shoes, shoes. Put on your shoes. Put on your hat, hat, hat. Put on your hat. Everybody turn around. Come on, let's get dressed. One more time. Put on your shirt, shirt, shirt. Put on your shirt. Put on your pants, pants, pants. Put on your pants. Put on your coat, coat, coat. Put on your coat. Everybody turn around. Come on, let's get dressed. Put on your socks, socks, socks. Put on your socks. Put on your shoes, shoes, shoes. Put on your shoes. Put on your hat, hat, hat. Put on your hat. Everybody turn around. Come on, let's get dressed. One more time. Turn around. Come on, let's get dressed. All right. All right, nice job, guys. Nice job. Okay, let's go, everybody. One hand, one hand,
One hand, one hand, one hand.
one hand, one hand, two hands, two hands. Clap, clap, clap. One hand, two hands, Pat, pat, pat. We're going to do an opposite song next. We're going to go big, big, big.
Big, big, big.
Small, small, small.
Small, small, small.
Long, long, long.
Long, long, long.
Short, short, short.
Short, short, short.
Fast, fast, fast.
Fast, fast, fast.
Slow, slow, slow. Up, up, up. Down, down, down.
Get the Egyptian thing happening.
We don't have much time, we're going to get straight into it. The good thing about this is there's narration all the way through the song, so you'll know exactly what to do as we go along, okay? Let's all stand up. Come on, let's go. Throw it out loud. So everybody, are you ready?
Yes, yes, yes.
You're going to say, yes, we are, okay? Are you ready?
Yes, we are.
Hand, two hands.
One hand, two hands. One hand, two hands. One hand, two hands. Big and small.
Okay, all right. Big, 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 big.
Small, small, small.
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 One hand, everybody.
One hand, two hands. One hand, two hands. One hand, two hands. One hand, two hands. Long, short.
Okay.
Long, 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 long. Short, short, short. Long, 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 long. Short, short, short.
One
hand, two hands. One hand, two hands. One hand, two hands. One hand, two hands. Fast, fast, slow.
We go!
Fast, 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 slow, slow, slow. Fast, 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 slow, slow, slow. Fast, 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 slow, slow, slow. Fast, 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 slow, slow, slow.
What up?
One hand, two hands. One hand, two hands. One hand, two hands. One hand, two hands. Up, down. Up, down, down, down. Up, down, down, down. Up, down, down, down. Up, down, down, down.
What up?
One hand, two hands. One hand, two hands. One hand, two hands. One hand, two hands. One hand, two hands.
Alright guys. We're pretty much out of time today, guys. Thank you very, very much for coming along. We've got a display table out in the display table area out here, and we've got a series of CDs which we presented some of the songs from today. Called Fun Kids Songs. We've got 3 CDs in that series. We've also got a series of phonics readers, graded phonics readers for young learners also. 3 books in that series. We've also got a picture book we developed with another quite renowned teacher trainer named Marco Brazil.
If anyone doesn't have one of these,
If you have any questions about what we've done today, or about using songs in the classroom or anything like that, please feel free to come over to the display table and have a talk with us. We'll be there all day. We also have listening stations on our display table. If you'd like to hear more of the songs in our CDs, feel free to come over and have a listen to the songs.
Alright.
Okay? We've also got, we're everywhere on the web. If you'd like to follow us, keep in touch with what's going on. We've got our website, first of all. And here we've got our free resources area. We have lots and lots of support materials for all of our stuff.
like today's template and that sort of stuff.
Flashcards for our songs. Most of our songs we've got flashcards up that you can use with our songs. We've got board games for classes. We've got wall posters for schools. We've got lots and lots of stuff on there. Please feel free to come and check it out. You don't even have to sign up or anything like that at the moment. You can just come and grab whatever you like. So please help yourself to do that. As I said, we've got our website. We're in the process of building up more of our videos on YouTube. We've got a YouTube channel as well. We're going to be putting more and more stuff on there. This year we're going to be putting a lot of energy into YouTube, so there's lots of stuff coming there. We don't only have animated videos for kids, but we're putting a lot of energy into doing phonics videos, chant videos, which are language structure based and things like that. So there's a lot of good stuff in your classroom there. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/FunKidsEnglish. We've also got a teachers group on Facebook.
Join it.
No, really, we share a lot of stuff. It's not just all our stuff, it's good ideas that we find from the web or what other teachers are doing. It's basically just a support group for teachers of young learners. We share a lot of ideas there and a lot of things that we do. If you're interested at all, please feel free to come and join the group. Okay, we'd love to have you on board. And that's about it for us today, guys. We can't... There's a question.
Are the songs available on iTunes too?
They are,
Yes, they're available everywhere.
You'll find all that stuff.
Literally.
Thanks very much for coming along. We can't finish without singing the goodbye song.
Everybody stand up. Goodbye song.
Also, very quickly, guys, we've actually got... We also have... We have two goodbye songs as well. We've got a goodbye song on our first CD and one on our third CD. This also relates to the Hello, How Are You song, and it's a point that I didn't mention, but we also write several songs of these kinds of songs that we use in our classroom every day to avoid what's called curriculum fatigue. And that applies to students and teachers, where it's like, not this song again, I'll shoot myself in the head if I hear this song one more time. So, those staple songs like hello songs and goodbye songs that we do a lot, we've done a couple of different versions of those. The other reason we've done another version of the goodbye song is because we wanted to teach some alternative language for saying goodbye, see you later. Okay, so that's the reason for this. Let's do it. Thanks guys, thanks for coming everybody. Thank you very much.
See you later, see you again. See you later, see you again. Goodbye, see you, goodbye, see you. See you later, see you again. Goodbye, see you, goodbye, see you. See you later, see you again. See you later, see you again. See you later, see you again. Goodbye, see you, goodbye, see you. See you later, see you again. Goodbye, see you, goodbye, see you. See you later, see you again. See you later, see you again. See you later, see you again. Goodbye, see you, goodbye, see you. See you later, see you again. Goodbye, see you, goodbye, see you. See you later, see you again.
Thanks for coming everybody. It's great to see you. Thanks a lot.